Hey, what's up, guys? I want to talk to you about something that probably has been the biggest game changer for me in the last 10 years, 14 years actually. I've been doing this agency stuff, and that is the discovery and the achievement of passive income. In other words, money that you don't have to do shit for. And when you really put this into place for you in your own agency, not only as life gets easier, but actually your relationship with your clients will change, because you'll start to only take on clients that you really like, and you won't feel like ever pressured to have to do anything. So let's get into how to create passive income in your agency. Make money, 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 make money, money. I don't know if that's really a song or not. I'm a terrible rapper. I got the bees with me. We're at our favorite spot here in the beach. Kind of amazing. Nobody's here ever this time of day. Only on Sundays. Sundays this place is packed. But the rest of the week, we're like the only ones here. It's kind of amazing to me. So, there's 4 levels, by the way, in how you earn in your agency. And I've given them names. And the first level, by the way, is the worst one to be at. Call this one Sally Seller. Sally Seller is when the only way to make money in your agency is to sell things one-off. A lot of you freelancers are in that, especially you web designers. You guys have it the worst. Is you sell some stuff, you sell a website, you get paid, and then the only way to make more money is to sell another website, and you only get paid once usually for your website. So even if it's like a high-end website and you're getting like 10, 20, 30, 40 grand, or on the low end, you know, $500 to like $1,500, like probably more typical, you only get that payment once. So I see this all the time with the web designers, where the income goes up when they make a few sales, and then they spend the time delivering, and it goes back down, and they never get off the roller coaster. And so, you know, the really awesome guy in the group said he was interested in joining our mastermind because he needed help getting his like sales under like kind of rocking. And he was a web designer, and by the way, that's not his real issue. But what ended up happening is he all of a sudden made 3 or 4 website sales overnight and said, hey, I don't need it. But I know that give that like 2 months and the roller coaster will go back down, and it'll just go like this, right? So you don't want to be Sally Seller unless you fucking love that roller coaster. Now there's a second level, by the way. I call that level Recurring Randy. Recurring Randy, by the way, even when hasn't got it all figured out monetarily, has a usually better income situation than Sally Seller, because he at least gets multiple payments. So if you're selling SEO or Facebook ads, and even if people are only staying 3 months, you know, that means for every 1 person the web designer gets, or for every 3 people the web designer gets, you can only get 1, right? And if they stay 12 months, that means it's 12 times more efficient. So obviously, recurring is better. Now there's a level past that, and this is where I recently discovered it. It has more to do with like what you do with your agency and how you kind of structure your life. I'm just pacing back and forth here in front of in the ocean. I hope you guys are enjoying this, by the way, because this is some really deep, profound stuff that I know will just make your whole life a lot easier. So the third level is when you start investing, and now your investments are themselves producing revenue, right? So let's say you get a 12-month SEO contract, and you make, I don't know, let's say something typical like $2 grand a month or $3 grand a month or something like this. Instead of just having that money incoming and going into your bank account where you're going to lose it slowly through inflation, instead you're putting it into things that make money. So you might be buying some stocks or some shares of a business, or you might be doing certain crypto things, or you might be buying precious metals, or, you know, there's all kinds of ways you can do this. The little naked bees are playing the giggling game. My girls. Sorry, just seeing them giggle makes a papa proud. So there's a fourth level, by the way, and it's not only when you are investing your money, but when the income generating from your investments is compounding. And there's some things like with DeFi and crypto that help you be able to do this in what would normally take 40 years to do it in like 3 or 4. And if you can have that kind of patience, you can really crush it. In fact, I was showing our group, our mastermind group, that you can actually take a $1,000 website sale, and if you can compound it with some DeFi for like 4 years, you know, who knows what the value of the token will be worth in 4 years, but you can probably walk away with 100 grand from one single $1,000 website sale. So like, just to give you an idea. In fact, this is the power of compound interest. Warren Buffett was saying in 1942, if he could go back and do it differently, he would have just stuck 10 grand into the S&P 500 index fund, and he would have waited 40 years, and in 40 years, do you know what that would be worth? 16 million. And of course, because of the effect of compound interest, most of the big money is actually made towards the end of that period. Now, cool thing is, with some of the things available, you don't have to wait 40 years and do it. But I want you just to imagine if that one person selling a website now was turning that into recurring maintenance and hosting and SEO and those kind of things, and then they were investing that money, and that investment was compounding. Now all of a sudden, instead of getting, you know, $1,000 for a website, they might be getting 400 grand for that same website. So it really makes your business model like exponentially more efficient to do it this way. And it also makes it, when you know, like, you know, every web design is going to pay you a couple $100 grand, if you just put together some patience, then you're a whole lot less needy about making those sales. And so your income stops doing this roller coaster and it starts just steadily, predictably climbing. In fact, one of the things that I never had for the first, like, I don't know, 12 years, but every single day I wake up, I have more money than the last day, and it's impossible not to, because there's some kind of passive thing. Some of them are really small, by the way. I get like things from Amazon, royalties for my book, that are like, I don't know, like $2-3 or something like that. Sometimes they'll say, hey, you made a sale today, here's $2-3 for your book. And some of those are much bigger, where it's like, you know, you get a dividend kind of thing or whatever, and it could be, you know, a couple thousand that you didn't have to do shit for. You know, had a friend of mine over, 2 Comic Club Award winner, and we were looking at like how his investment portfolio, and he's doing some similar stuff, is up 100 grand. He's like, man, that 100 grand was so much easier than anything I've ever done in my agency, right? So yeah, those are some cool things. So if you guys are interested in that, and by the way, and kind of hearing more about how this works, then I'll do some more videos. Drop me a comment below if this is something you guys would like to hear more of, because it's been a game changer for me, is to have steady, continuous wealth appreciation unilaterally in one direction, with or without continuous effort. And then when you add effort into that and bring in sales and do all the things about running a good agency, just gets you there really, really quick. So hope that's super helpful for you guys, and that's all I got for you. I'm gonna hang out with the bees. Much love. May the force be with you, and subscribe.